It's time for African Act, and every time, viewers, I tell you, we are looking for those stories that will build you, build me, but more so, build our Africa. So we could not go very far because this summer, we've looked in the United Kingdom and we've seen Mr. George Wachiuri of Optiven has been going round and round in the UK, meeting with Kenyans everywhere. So as Ukentv, we decided, you know what, this is a company that has been there for years. We've seen them grow. We've talked to them way before, I think about 15 years ago. So it's about time we reached out and say, post-COVID, where are you? So karibu sana to the program, Mr. George Wachiuri.
Thank you. Appreciate it, Janet.
Yeah. You brought the sun, eh?
Oh yes, people say that when Wachiuri came to the UK, the sun is amazing.
It is absolutely amazing. Yes. You know, for me, most people know me from a teaching background. So when it comes to mentoring and empowerment, I love any lines to do with that. So when I saw on your profile that you're doing a lot of mentoring and mentorship, my interest grew way a bigger level. Wow. Tell me, Mr. Wachiuri, before we can talk about properties, why mentoring and empowerment?
I would say that mentorship is better than experience. And from my business journey, one time I had a lot of challenges, and those challenges is because I had no mentor. So I made so many mistakes. You know, I did over 15 businesses that collapsed. You try this one, it goes down. You try this one, and you are auctioned. And one time I was there and I was saying, hey, George, are you really an entrepreneur? Are you a business person? And until this time I met my good mentor, Dr. Wale Akinyemi, and who told me that today you may be down, but tomorrow, Optiven is going to be the biggest company in Africa. You see signages in Thika Road, in Congo Road, in Mombasa Road, and he just talked to me and gave me a few tips on how to run a successful business. And then I said, wait a minute, for all these years I've been struggling. This is a mentor who is willing to work with me. And I said, God, if you help me to succeed in life, I'll also be a mega mentor. And that's why you find that I have done mentorship for over 15 years. I remember the first time I was doing mentorship, it was at Six City Hotel about 15 years ago. We were calling it PTT, Personal Transformation Talks, whereby we could talk to people, encourage them, those who are in career, those who are in business. Then we finished that one and we went to another one. We are calling it G2G, Good to Great. We used to meet at St. Andrews, you know, and about 1,000 people are meeting there, speaking to them, encouraging them. And now, since now I've matured a bit in business, I am now doing a more formalized one called George Wachiuri School of Mentorship, whereby I mentor people for about 6 weeks. You know, it is for free. They just register on my blog, www.georgewachiuri.com. We use Zoom on mentorship. And let me tell you, I love mentorship because mentorship, you see results. Yes. Sometimes I meet with the people in town. They say, hey, Wachiuri, my mentor. And these people are thriving. These people are creating jobs. These people are really now the biggest taxpayers because mentorship works. And I'm so happy that as a person, you know, as an entrepreneur, the more you mentor people, the more you also get knowledge because you are also researching on what to say. Exactly, yes. Yeah.
Yes. I mean, you said Mr. Wale Akinyemi is one person who's got a good profile of the people he's mentored. So the fact that you've mentioned that is where you came from, it tells me that the people that are coming to you, they're getting good knowledge because you've come from there. Now, saying that, a lot of people, even in the diaspora really, even in Kenya, they don't believe in empowerment. They just believe like, let's struggle, hustle. And sometimes some of those hassles are the bigger problems you're having. What can we do to engage more Kenyans to really find a good mentor, and number two, to know what they need to be mentored about?
I think, Janet, it's very important that if you want to move quickly in terms of career, in terms of business, it is extremely important to find somebody who has been there. He has gone through the trenches. He or she has come out of the trenches, has climbed the mountain, has come down out of the mountain, because this person is now mentoring you or telling you or coaching you on the things that they have already experienced. And it becomes very easy. Like for me, when I mentor, it's so easy. And I'd like to ask people who are watching us on this TV that if you have been struggling on your business, look for somebody like George Wachiuri, who have failed over 50 times, who have been conned. You know, there's nothing I have not seen. And I can tell you, don't step here because there's a hole here. Don't go there because there are some thorns there. Don't step there because there's a snake there. So that's the importance of mentorship, whether it is in career or in business. Because even in career, some people really struggle. For example, Janet, for us, we say that one of our businesses is to create jobs. And when we talk about creating jobs, we do mentorship even for the students who are finishing university, those who are finishing colleges. But one of the challenges we have faced is that a lot of our students, a lot of our children, they are doing the wrong courses, courses that are obsolete. And once they do obsolete courses, they need mentorship, because before this person goes to the university or to the college, they can be told, don't do this course. The new courses that are really finding jobs is maybe hospitality, maybe social media, maybe is this course.
This
so,
century as well.
Exactly,
AI.
exactly. So I think mentorship is across, whether you are in career, whether you're in business. And I want to encourage even those people who say that maybe I am now sufficient, I am good now. You know, I'm a professor in business. Nobody is a professor in business. For me, even with the success of Optiven, I still have other mentors. Dr. James Mwangi of Equity Bank is my mentor. Vimal Shah of Bitco is my mentor. So nobody can say that I don't need a mentor. Everybody requires a mentor for you to move faster, for you to run faster. But if you want to go like a snail, be your own mentor.
So big guy.
Yes, yeah.
So I mean, listening to what you've said right now, George Wachiuri, we know you as a highly successful CEO of Optiven. This is a platform where the diaspora are just singing about how well you've worked with them. So when you talk about the failures, people will not talk. People will not, feel like you have done those failures. Talk to me about the 15 failures. How did you fail? And number two, how did you get out of the failure and rise again from the soil and be like, you know what, I'm gonna do it?
Well, thank you, Janet. And of course, people who know my story, I've done a book called Soul Like an Eagle. It's my story. Given that when I was 7 years, I lost my father. My father was a teacher. My mother was a class 2 graduate those days. And we came from a very dry place called Kieni in Nyeri. Very dry place, no cash crop, nothing, no income. And, being brought up was, we were brought up with a lot of challenges. No food, no school fees, nothing. By the age 13, life was so tough, very tough. And of course, going to the high school, you have no fees. So you are half high school, half you are at home. You have been chased away from school. And I saw my mother pick other women coming for a fundraising to raise 300 bob, 1,000. So, and life was very tough. Of course, by the grace of God, we went there and finished Form 4. Going to the university, I was sure, I'm not going to the university because there was no money at all. Those are the days that the time of President Moi, the late President Moi, whereby people are paying for the fees. And by the grace of God, people did the Harambee. I went to the Wakabete campus. Going there, I was shocked. A boy from the village, I saw people being dropped by big cars. And then I said, George, are you going to finish this school? And an idea just came. Hey, George, wait a minute. What if you wash people's clothes in the university? That's my first business in my second week in the university. Wow. I was washing people's clothes. Then I said, wait a minute. I am born again Christian. We go for missions. What if I buy a camera and when people are being prayed for, I take the moment. I was a photographer for the Christian Union. Then I also said my small room was a library for Christian magazines. You come and borrow a magazine. If you don't return within a day, I charge you some interest, 50 cents. One bob to borrow, you are late, you pay 50 cents. So I had businesses in the university. Then finally I discovered people who are in Christian fraternity, they want to be smart. So I became a barber. I bought a machine and I was shaving people. Every time I see 10 heads.
It's the time of the day.
Exactly.
You decide what job you do.
I am telling you. So those were about 4 businesses. By the time I was finishing the university, I had no challenges with money and I was able to buy my mother's things and I was able to survive. But of course, when I was there, I said, wait a minute, now, I'm now finishing university. George Wachiuri, you are going back to Kieni. And Kieni is a dry place. The stress just dropped. Hey, I said, wait a minute, what can I do? I picked my 4 friends. And I remember doing 300 job applications. Yeah, you are just dropping. And those days were no emails. There were no even post office. So me, I was given Babadogo and Town Center. I remember going to drop some 4 CVs for me and my 3 friends. Went to Shimu supermarket. And the soldier chased me away. Kijana, kwenda kabisa. No jobs here. I pleaded, please, this 4 envelope, take it to the HR. That's how I got my first job as an accountant. But of course, going there, I worked a little bit. Then I said, George, now you have earned some money, go to business. I had saved 5 million. The first business I went, the entire money was taken by 3 men. I lost 5 million. And that was those days. That was my biggest failure because I had no money, I had no job, I had no office. And by the way, I was depressed. I remember one time I had 2 different shoes. And I discovered I had 2 different shoes at around 3 p.m. That means nobody had told me that she was different. I knew, George, you are now crazy. Yani unakuwa wazimu.
Yeah.
I said, wait a minute. I try to pray maombi haiendi. That's why I tell people that it's good to have a pastor. It's good to have an understanding wife, because I lost all my friends. I had only three friends. Number one, God. Number two, my wife. Number three, my bishop. He is still my bishop up to now, Reverend Katutu. And life was very tough. Not for 1 month, not for 2 months, a whole year. My office was Uhuru Park. Uhuru Park, I used to go there with my Bible, a notebook, and a pen. And that's how foundation was born. Because I told God, God, if you restore me again, three things will happen. Yes. Number one, I'll be supporting ministries. That's why we support churches. We support the spreading of the gospel. We support Christian unions in universities. I told God, number two, I will never be proud. Yeah. Never. That's why you come to Optiven. No, my office is open. The people I work with, I told them, don't call me CEO. I'm not a CEO. I am your servant. I'm here to serve you. My customers, I am here to serve you. And then number three, I said, I will give back to society. The foundation was born. I told God, I was raised up with a lot of challenges, but the few resources, the few talents God has given me, these resources must serve the community. Today we have the biggest foundation supporting about 600 children, and also supporting the elderly, supporting the issues of Go Green, environmental issues, and also the same foundation, we have a big program for people with cerebral palsy. Yesterday night, I was raising some wheelchairs, and I got about 15 wheelchairs from Oxford. So because that is something I told God, hii pesa ya George Wachiuri, you must support the community. Sometimes I get annoyed. One time I thought maybe I'm successful. I said, I don't want that thought to come in my mind. Yeah. I wrote a letter to our finance director. Yeah. I want to donate my 3 months salary, all of it, yani all the money. And my salary is good, by the way. Yes. So 3 months I had no money. I was borrowing money from my wife. Why? I wanted to have a discipline that no time I should feel that I have money, yet people in Kieni, people in other counties, they are suffering. And that's why for us, we don't segregate. Across 47 counties, every year we pick 2 orphans per county. Every year, 2 orphans per county. And I thank God that all these years, the more we give, the more Optiven is successful. The more we give. And there is something that happens when people give. Look at people like J.D. Rockefeller. Yes. They are now dead, but their wealth is still multiplying. Because for me, I want to see Optiven when I am dead and buried and doing ushering in next to Abraham in heaven. I want to see Optiven 1,000 years to come. So I don't want to die and Optiven dies. That's why today, Janet, Optiven is the most structured organization. Yani, even if George is not there, nothing stops. I'm sure you have seen me.
I've seen you. In fact, I wanted to say, yeah, I relate with your story. Yes. Because from grace, from grass to grace is where we've come from. And to hear your story, most people would think you are pushed by some inheritance somewhere, maybe some rich dad, rich uncle. But listening to the work you've put over the years, the loss you've gone through, I mean, it tells us that you really have a commitment to your brand. Optiven. Optiven platform is well known abroad, like internationally. I know in Dubai they talk about you, in Germany they talk about Optiven, in USA I've just come from there, they're talking about Optiven, and here you are in the United Kingdom. Everywhere you're going, people are getting their land titles, people are buying even more. Talk to us. How have you maintained the brand growing even when the challenges are there?
I think the secret behind the growth of Optiven, number one is giving, philanthropy. Actually, that's number two. Number one is prayer. We believe in the power of prayer. People say prayer is not a strategy. At Optiven, we say prayer is a strategy. It is mandatory for Optiven every day, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. 8 to 9 is prayer. Even on interview people, we tell them, Optiven, we pray. We pray for our customers, pray for our nation, pray for ourselves, pray for our projects. There's no project we can start at Optiven without, first of all, praying for that project. We tell God, the family settling here, they're going to prosper. The people committing here, they're not going to drop. That's the secret number one. Secret number two is giving. The Bible says when you give to the orphans and you give to the widows, God will open the doors and windows of heaven to bless you. That's the secret for Optiven. And then number three, for me as a leader, we have invested in the structure of the organization. Me, I don't sign checks, Janet. I don't sign checks. Neither do I get involved in day-to-day operations. My job is simple. My job is to inspire. My job is to train people, to coach people, to mentor people. And today, Optiven is the most structured organization. Last year, we were voted the best employer as an organization. We have got over 50 awards across, the way we treat our customers. 2014, we were voted the best SME, the entire Republic of Kenya. We are all the newspaper. Why? Because me as a person, I am there to serve, not to say that I know it all. I'm not a professor. By the way, even as we do recruitment, we hire people who are sharper than George Wachiuri. Our own finance director is far much better than me. Our own operation director, people who are better than George Wachiuri. Because many times entrepreneurs want to do everything. Me, I don't do everything. I only do what I'm supposed to do. We have done delegation, we have done the structure, and that's the secret for Optiven. Over COVID, when people were retrenching, we were hiring. Actually, over COVID, we hired 200 more people. Right now, we're about 600 employees, 600. But our target is to get 30,000 employees by the year 2030. We don't call them employees, we call them partners. And that's why for us, we say at Optiven, there's no drivers, we call them chauffeurs. No tea girls, neither the cleaners, we call them environmental specialists, because we want everybody to feel important. Because who owns Optiven? It's not George. I don't own Optiven.
You wouldn't be there without the people.
No, I don't own Optiven. The people who own Optiven, number one, is landowners, because the money we get, the revenue we get per month, 50% goes to the landowner. The government, 30% goes to the government. The employees, 18% go to the employees. The suppliers, 4% goes to the suppliers. Maybe what comes to George Wachiuri, the servant, is 0.00001%.
After you divide.
Exactly. And that's why I tell people that even in government, when I talk to the government officials, the entrepreneur need to be taken care of, because the entrepreneur is the one who creates jobs. The entrepreneur is the one who pays taxes. The entrepreneur is the one who brings innovation. And as a country, as Africa, we must take care of our entrepreneurs, because at the end of the day, these are the people financing government. They're the
As Africans, we're often underestimated, pushed aside, told to wait for others to solve our problems. It's time to change the narrative around our future. That's what Nala represents.
Foundation.
Optiven is a one-stop shop offering investment solutions to you. Our projects are suitable for immediate residential settlements, commercial purposes, or futuristic capital gain. We have prime plots in Kiambu, Thika Gatanga Road, Machakos, Kisumu, Kitengela, Nyeri, Nanyuki, Naivasha, Narumoru, Malindi, Konza, and Kajiado. As we think of you getting value in our properties, we have also made them very affordable, with affordable installments.
Thinking about that, to be honest, there's a lot of diaspora projects you have brought this time. There's a lot of people getting excited. Can you tell us about what you're offering right now?
Let me see
As
that.
Optiven platform.
Let me see that as Optiven, we have really carved our niche in terms of value addition on land. We buy land and we make this land ready to build. And we usually have 5 levels of properties. We call them 5-star, 4-star, 3-star, 2-star, 1-star. 5-star, we do cabro loads, we do solar seat lighting, we plant the trees, we even plant fruits, within the parks, and then we have a big park for the community, and then we do a perimeter wall, we do CCTV, we do security, that even if diaspora comes by and stay here for 50 years, your property, nobody can enter if you're not the owner of the property. We even maintain beacons. A good example is a Manlage in Kiambu, a beautiful property. Then we have 4-star. 4-star, we don't do cabro. We just do compacted malam roads, but we do the solar, we do the water system, we do the water tower, and then we subdivide and sell, but we also have common areas. And then you have 3-star. 3-star, you don't do solar. We just do maram roads, we plant the trees, we pipe the water, we fence it, and then we sell. That's below 1 million. And then we have what we call 1-star. 1-star, ni land banking. It's just land, we do marking fence, grade the road, and then you buy it, you put it there for 10 years, 20 years. We had one in Malindi. We are telling people, buy for your children. And you're only selling to people who have got children. So that when you're getting married, instead of giving them bed, at kitanda, unawapatia title deed. And we are also using it as mentorship, because when the diaspora children comes to Kenya to buy property, what happens? They say, I am a landowner. And it is inspired a lot of young people, Janet.
Yes. Now, thinking about that, we have seen the diaspora, how hard we work. I mean, seriously speaking, when you hear that our money gets stolen, our brothers, our sisters, they cool our money really badly. When you hear the stories of how people have been conned their money, it's really, really painful. So, thinking about that, what would you tell the diaspora? What advice would you give to the diaspora about how to do their risk assessment on buying, also how to manage their finance when they are purchasing in Kenya? Because you've worked with a lot of diaspora from different places, from, you can even advise differently, like if those watching from Germany, because we do have a lot of clients in Germany, what would you advise them from Germany, from the UK, from the USA? What is your message?
I think one of the things that I advise them is that before you buy a property, check the person you are buying from. Majority of people that I met that have lost money, they have bought from individuals, they have bought from their own relatives, and one of the things that you check, if you're buying from company X, who are the directors? How is their character? Because the company is as good as the directors. Number two, how long has this company been? Is it 1 year? Is it 2 years? Is it 10 years? Is it 20 years? As we are in 23 years. And for me, the reason why I lost 5 million, I think I was stupid. The company was barely 4 years. So it was new. And it was known to keep conning people. So number three, as a diaspora, ensure that when you're buying the property, a location, because sometimes people buy properties that will never add value. They are too far from reality. And then number four, why are you buying? Do you want to build? Do you want to land bank or to speculate? Why are you buying? And once you have those reasons and where you are buying from, you are able to make a decision. And if you can, come and have a look. Come and step on it. There's something happens when you step on the soil. There's something happens. And then do your search. Get our Wachiuri, do your search nicely to ensure that you are covered. For us, what we do, because for new people, we even give them director's guarantee. Let the director give you a guarantee that if something happens, you'll be able to get your money back. That's my advice to the diasporians.
So mambo ni matatu, know the CEO, fanya your homework where the place is,
Yes.
And also the third one is?
Of course, the company.
The company,
And by
know
the
the
way,
company.
Janet, nowadays, it's so easy.
Yeah.
If you Google online, like
Yeah.
for me,
It's true, isn't it?
you can get a lot
It's
of
underused, but it's one of the best
I'm
resources.
telling you, you get a lot of information. Sometimes you go to look for land even as, because every time you look for land as Optiven, out of 20 pieces of land we look at, only one is good. 19 imeoza. But sometimes we Google the owner. You see stories, you just drop. So we can get a lot of information. Yeah. And of course, when you come to Kenya, if Optiven is selling you land, where are they? Yeah. Where is the company? Come to their office. And I'm happy that when diaspora come to our offices and see for sure we are real. We are in Absa Plaza, we are in Global Office, we are in Anyuki, we are in Mutuapa. So
and you're also available online. Like you actually are one of the CEO who reply messages. People say you are very accessible to the people. That's really, really good. How do you build that character? How did you really, know that I need to build this character to be accessible with the people? Because most of the CEO, believe me, they're up there. Some companies, especially with the companies selling land, they're everywhere. Since in the diaspora we are tired now, we're like everybody's everywhere. But that credibility, advice to people, how do you build that credibility?
I think if you find somebody hiding, there's a problem. Yeah. And the reason why people hide is because they have maybe committed some sins. They don't want to be caught up. And they don't want also to come in the forefront, so that if they mess up, you cannot find them. I am the only CEO with one number. My number is only one. I don't have two numbers. And of course, during the day, you might look for me, and if you don't find me, I have people who support me. But in the evening, even after this show, Janet, I'll go and check all my 1,000 messages. I'll go through them, and I will respond to every single customer. You know why? I believe people buy people. People don't buy products. The reason why we are here is because I like the work you are doing. I love your shows. I follow you up wherever you are. There are many people who call me for the interview, but I say, what value am I adding? But people buy people. And of course, maintaining that integrity means that you want Optiven to live beyond George Wachiuri. Because Optiven is not George Wachiuri. We want Optiven to live beyond. And that's why even the way we do our properties, we don't just cut land and sell. We have clubhouses. We have parks for the children. Like now the property we did in Nakuru. We even gave county land to do a dispensary, Ushidi Gardens. We give county land to do a school. We actually donated land to a church. The same with Nanyuki, the Great Oasis Garden in Nanyuki. We actually gave community 5 acres.
So there's a charitable arm.
A arm within the properties. You know why? You're not just, money is not everything, Janet. Money comes and go. But if you leave a good name, my mother used to tell me, the best thing to leave is a good name. You know, money will come. We have seen wealthy people who have gone, their wealth has gone off. Me, I want the time I will go. People will say there used to be a man called George Wachiuri. This is what this men do. My benchmark is J.D. Rockefeller.
But George Wachiuri, tell you what, most people will see you, they say, that man does not use food, that man uses battery. Yani, energy. You know, and even with what you've gone through, you still have the energy to do whatever you're doing. And to even talk as beautifully as you're talking right now, after talking about what you've been through. Most people will be crying and talking about, you know what, I've gone through that hell. It was really bad. It's even somebody I trusted. How do you forgive and walk? Because a lot of people are stuck in that place. They don't know how to forgive.
One of the things I learned from my mother is that when my father died, all my uncles hated us. Yani with passion. In fact, they told my mother, she has given birth like a rat. Yani we were so many. And I could see my mother cry every day. But later on, as we are growing up, I could hear my mother say, Nidamo Heide, in Kikuyu means I have forgiven them. And I picked that one, that every time somebody wrongs you, don't carry that burden, just forgive them. Number 2, being a Christian. You know, I'm an usher. I've done ushering for 15 years. I do ushering in my church. Being an usher, I have learned that when you forgive, it's as if you drop the cargo. Yani you are lighter. And me, I tell people that I don't have enemies. By the way, I don't have an enemy. You know, the other day I did an interview and I told the person interviewing me, I am a man who have been married for 23 years and you have never fought with my wife. Neither have we done nail by mouth for 23 years.
You are joking, right?
No, not joking. No, it's the truth.
Seriously?
Ask me, call me and ask her. We have never fought and you have 3 children. And you have never said no. Of course, the way we manage our marriages, like you have one day off, buying coffee. And I was telling people, this is nothing the truth. I have no enemy. And for me, my heart, I don't carry people. Even if you abuse me now, I don't carry that. I forgive you and move on. That's how life is supposed to be. Wachana na mambo mingi kubeba watu. Wanini? I'm a believer of what I call abundance mentality. I'm the only man in Kenya who I do mentorship to other real estate. Me, I tell them, I don't compete with you. I don't compete with anyone. I compete with myself. Make yourself better. It's like you now in media. You don't compete with anyone.
No.
You can only make yourself better because the competition eats your energy. Why should you spend energy? Yet, there's something called abundance mentality. I believe there is enough for everyone. Even here in Britain. I was shocked today. I was coming from Reading. Na watu bado wanajenga manyumba. Sasa Kenya tuko wapya. All the companies in Kenya doing real estate. We are not yet there.
Yeah, we're not even anywhere near.
No,
but in fact, my next question was about your family. Yes. You know, because having, 23 years running a company, being very busy, sometimes it can be difficult for a relationship. How have you kept it alive and happy, and especially for a woman who is a Kenyan like me? How have you kept her happy being that busy?
One of the things I really love, Janet, is when I was having these challenges, Mary never told me you are useless. There was a time I was literally borrowing money from her because I have no money. The business has collapsed. That time her job was very small. But when God came back, when God came and the blessings started coming, I pitched to her, join me. She was working for ICDC and she joined Optiven'S. That night I was very happy. And now my wife is the operations director. She is extremely sharp and intelligent. She has done her master's, she got a first class, and she is also a people person. But she's a bit reserved. You won't see her in media, but the lady is lethal. In fact, success behind Optiven'S, not because of George. If Mary was not there, Optiven'S would be where we were.
She's the neck.
We are in Kirinyaga Road. And because she is quiet, but she'll tell you, this will work, that will not work.
Observant.
She's very observant. And she's just amazing. She's the force behind success of Optiven'S Group.
So where are we heading as Optiven? Because I'm looking at Nairobi. Nairobi is like, most of the people in the diaspora are saying it's become too expensive, we can't afford it, and it's congested. We want to have our holiday homes, or we want to have our homes where we live after we go. So, I mean, what is the next step for Optiven? The counties, are you really going to different counties? Is that places that we can really work with you on?
Well, thank you, Janet. Yes, we are now in 20 counties, and one of the most preferred county by diaspora is coastal region. We are in Vipingo. There's a beautiful project, we are calling it the Ocean View Ridge. When in that project, we are 2 miles off the ocean, 4.5 kilometers off the ocean. But you can see the ocean. It's like a ridge here. There are some plots you don't see the ocean, you see the ridges. That property is beautiful. We are doing the clubhouse, we are doing the roads, we are doing the perimeter wall, we are doing the master planning. Right now, we are doing approval for the master plan. If somebody is looking for somewhere to retire, especially from diaspora, hiyo ni kujilipa. Ocean View Ridge is going to be the best project in Vipingo. And what's more, you can walk to the golf club, the PG Golf. You can walk to the airstrip. So it's a nice project. And of course, we are in other counties like Malindi, for example. We have a property, we are calling it Joy Lovers Club in Malindi. We are calling it Mudaiga of Malindi, where who is right in Malindi town and about a mile to the ocean. We are selling an acre at 14 million. Can you imagine? But it's very highly exclusive. And of course, we are in Anyuki. Diaspora have bought in Anyuki.
Anyuki, we are owning it now.
Oh, because now our project, which is 1,000 acres, we are exactly 12 minutes from Nyanuki town. So our project is the nearest. All the other projects people are saying, our project is the nearest. And what's more, Janet, tumefanya infrastructure yote. All the roads are done. Right now we are doing water reticulation, yani water in every plot. We have done the tallest tower, the entire Mount Kenya. Our tower is the tallest, powered by solar. So the water is powered by solar. We have 4 boreholes. And then Optiven, we also do hospitality to create jobs. I told you we want to create 30,000 jobs. We are doing one of the biggest theme parks. You see like the theme park you see in Thailand or Thailand, if you come from Kenya. You know, such kind of a theme park whereby there's warm swimming pool, there are conference facilities, there's VIP, and this property is just opposite Mount Kenya Wildlife Estate. So diaspora have bought in Anyuki. We have done phase 1, finished, phase 2, phase 3, phase 4. Right now we are doing the final one, phase 7. And the property is amazing. And of course, what we're Nakuru. We are now in Nakuru. And like the team you saw me before you came, they want Nakuru. And we're also doing Foster in Nakuru. When we did the roads, the county came and said, wait a minute, what are you doing here? We told them what we are doing. All the MCAs have got a property in our Ushidi Gardens, Nakuru, because they said they have never seen such a beautiful gated community. We are doing the solar, we are doing the fence, we are doing the roads, we are doing the water reticulation, beautiful gate and security. And the way, Janet, by the way, the people who provide security for all our properties is from here, Morashia. He is from here. He provides security for us. You know why? We also want to support diaspora, because diaspora, they are also supporting us. We also hire people from diaspora. The young man you saw here is from here, from the UK, because we also want to give back to the diaspora. There are people who come with their children to do mentorship at Optiven, and we pick them. We pick their children to do mentorship through us, or internship, because life is about nikupe, unipatie. We exchange, and that's Optiven for you. That's why we say our vision is to be the champions of socio-economic transformation. And Optiven is not a company, it's a movement. Once you join Optiven, you can't leave Optiven. You become green, and green is the color of prosperity. That's the difference between Optiven and others. Actually, we say there are only 2 real estate in Kenya today, Optiven and others. And now, not only in Kenya, we are now in Uganda.
Yes.
We are now in Mukono in Uganda. We are now in Congo. And we are saying that by year 2041, we must be in 20 African countries. We must change Africa. We must change Africa. We must give solution to our African brothers and sisters. Today, I was handling people from Zambia, people from Ghana who want to invest in Kenya. So Optiven,
I know, there's such a big move of other people wanting to invest in Kenya. But let's go somewhere that people don't like going.
Yes.
You have a lot of clients from the diaspora,
Yes.
and most of us are getting older, 50 plus. That means we are thinking about how our children will acquire our inheritance.
Yes.
You mentor a lot of people. How can you mentor the diaspora to prepare on putting those inheritance in their children? How can we really that change? Because a lot of people now are struggling to know how do they now do the change. What's your advice as a mentor?
I think what actually it's as if you are reading my mind, because they really come to me, their children. Yesterday, there's a lady who came with 4 children just to speak to them. And I love speaking to the young people and the children. And I tell parents, never ever tell your children in the UK or in the Germany or in the US that Kenya ni baya. And when you come to Kenya, don't leave them. Come with them. People who come with the children in my office, they actually sit in my seat there. Then I tell them, you are the CEO for Optiven. And I inspire them. When I came to UK last time, 5 years ago, I met some young people in Pastor Francis Church. You know, parents brought young people. And I told them, you are tomorrow's CSs, you are tomorrow's lawyers, you are the people to kill corruption in Kenya. Do you know, one of the ladies that was there was doing law here. That lady now is working in the judiciary in Kenya. Yet the parent was saying, mtoto wangu ni Briton, hata kuja Kenya. Let us drop that statement, because at the end of the day, we are educating our children here in the UK. We are educating them in America. Let these children come and add value to our nation, Kenya, because at the end of the day, these are the people to change our nation. Whether they are in Germany, whether they are in the UK where I am, whether they are in the US, leteni watoto wenu. Hawa watoto ni wa Kenya. Let me tell you, a Jew. It doesn't matter where a Jew is. A Jew remains a Jew. Nana too must support Israel. The same with the Kenyan people. And for the parents, let's disclose. Let's tell our children where we are investing. I am so happy when I see people come with their children to Mombasa, for example, to Kitengela where they're investing, because they know Mommy Janet has a property with the Optiven there. Last year we lost a diasporian parent, and they had 4 children. They did not know that the lady had 52 plots with Optiven. We were looking for the children, that your mother has plots in Kitengela, plots in Nanyuki, plots everywhere. And the other day we were doing valuation for those children. It's about 120 million to the children. So let's disclose ourselves. Show them titles, let them touch titles. When George Wachiuri comes to do presentation, come with them. Come with them. Let them know what is happening in Kenya.
Wow, that, you know what, viewers, I know a lot of you have been wondering about this question. Listen to that. Disclose to your children about the properties you bought in Kenya. Time that right now, we don't know when is our tomorrow. And the age we are in, we've invested a lot in Kenya, and we want our kids to keep investing in Kenya. So make sure that's happening. But George Wachiuri, 2012 Olympics, I saw you looking exactly like this. I'm looking at you now, you're looking exactly like that. How do you keep so young?
The grace of God.
Seriously.
The grace of God.
Advise us, people.
But I of course, they say that if you want to remain sober in terms of mind, read books, write books, listen to videos, associate with positive people. Forget about negativity. Believe in abundance. Number 2, physically, you have to exercise. Wake up in the morning, you exercise. Number 2, be mindful on what you put in your mouth. Don't eat everything that comes, you know. And once you exercise, me, I love swimming. You know, I really love swimming. I swim when I'm at home. You know, once you exercise, you eat the right thing, and of course, you are active out there. The body will respond.
Wow. Viewers, you've had, especially us in the United Kingdom or whatever abroad, we work so hard. We need to find time to take care of ourselves. Finally, there's got to be a shot that you want to talk to people. There's got to be something that you're dying that Janet did not ask, but you're like, I want people to know this. Mr. Wachiuri, this is your slot. Talk to the people.
Well, thank you so much, and thank you for all those who trusted Optiven. You love Optiven. You love this particular movement. There is no Optiven without you. And I want to encourage you, those who are in business, those who are in career, that there is a formula for success. They say success can be copied. You can copy success. And I always tell people that there are 3 C's of success. C number 1 is connection. Connect with the people. Connect with the Janet. Connect with your country. Connect with George Wachiuri. Connection works. Now, C number 2 for success is, I call commitment. Nothing comes easy. You have to work hard. Man, after this show, I'm going for Kesha, and I'm going to preach in that Kesha. Before this, I was in Reading. I have met over 50 people today. Before this show, there were more people waiting. Commitment, you know, commitment. Whatever that you do, whether you are a consultant, just do it as if today is your last day. Finally, be consistent. Don't do things today, tomorrow you are different. Be consistent. If you are offering value-added properties, please don't change. Keep doing it. If you are giving services to people, keep doing it. And 3 things you must control. 3 M's that you must control. We must control your mentality. Your mentality must be abundance mentality. Never feel jealous of other people. You know, make yourself better. You must change your mentality. M number 2 you must control is your mouth. The Bible says the power of life and death is in your mouth. Control your mouth. Not every word that is important that you say. Then M number 4. M number 4 is the moods. Number 3 is the moods. Control your moods. When you wake up in the morning, say today is a good day. Today is a successful day. Don't allow mood to control you, because people are moody. They end up beating their wives. They end up beating their husbands. Drop the moods, and be a different person. Remember, you're here for a short time. We are here for 90 years, 100 years. Please don't stress yourself. Don't stress people. Make your environment better. And for all our leaders, let's make Africa a good continent. All our leaders, let's work for our people. Let's not be selfish. The money will come and go. Remember, you can only drive one car. Remember, you can only wear one suit. Remember, you can only do one thing at a go. You can't wear two shoes. Only one, the one I have here. Let's build ourselves. Let's build Africa. Let's build our people. Let's respect one another. God bless you. I value you, George Wachiuri. You are men.
Wow, guys, that is George Wachiuri. You have heard he's got the keywords. He knows what he's doing. Can I just say, listening to the fact that he's fallen, he's risen up, he's wiped himself, he's walked again and again and again. How many times have you fallen? Did you wake up? Did you find a mentor to support you? Things are happening in this life, but God put us in this life with a purpose, for something for you to do. Sometimes you're miserable in your work because you have not really taken your purpose and worked on it. So I'm leaving you today with saying that we have to do what we were brought here to do. For me, I say, as Africans abroad, first we own ourselves, we take care of ourselves, but remember, building our Africa, building our motherland, we came here to find opportunities. We left a lot of our families there who are depending on us to create opportunities for them. We cannot bring everybody here, but with what we are doing, with what we are learning, we can really change the narrative that's happening in Africa. And for us Kenyans, twajivunia kuwa Kenya. So before we build anywhere else, we are building our home. So with George Wachiuri here, it's African Act. Thank you guys for always tuning in and watching. See you soon.